Hello and welcome to CX Today. My name is Charlie, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Pasquale Di Maio, Vice President of Amazon Connect. Pasquale, thanks very much for joining us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderfully. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, yeah, it's great to have you join us, and I'm very excited today to discuss all the latest contact center news from the recent AWS reInvent event. And there was a lot of that contact center news, and I think maybe the place to start for me, and it seemed like some very significant news, is the kind of co-innovation and expanded partnership with CRM leader Salesforce. This saw the deepening of the integration of Amazon Connect with Service Cloud Voice. I don't know, maybe if you can tell us a bit more about that, Pasquale?
Yeah, it's definitely a very exciting announcement for us. We have a great relationship with Salesforce where we've partnered together to deliver Service Cloud Voice for a number of years, and customers really love it. And so we're moving forward even to further deepen that by bringing forward more Connect capabilities natively into Salesforce Service Cloud Voice. And so we're going to start with Amazon Connect Chat and then add more digital engagement capabilities, and then bringing forward our forecasting, capacity plan, and agent scheduling to enhance the Salesforce Service Cloud Omnichannel Supervisor experience. This is a great opportunity for us to continue to deepen what has already been a very, very positive partnership for both sides. And we'll also need to iterate with them on AI capabilities, particularly generative AI, and deliver both for the agent experience and that supervisor and manager experience. We expect this will provide a very seamless experience with Salesforce moving forward, and the customers who already love our Salesforce and Amazon Connect capabilities will love them even more.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's why I say it's so significant is obviously Salesforce is a lot of companies' CRM platform. I think it leads the space by quite a margin, outselling its nearest rival, Microsoft, according to IDC's latest data, by 4-1. So any sort of co-innovation there, I think, is incredibly exciting. But also incredibly exciting is the launch of the new virtual assistant across the AWS tech stack, and that is Amazon Q. Across the tech stack, that includes Amazon Connect. Can you maybe kind of focusing on the CCaaS platform? Could you tell us a little bit about how Amazon Q will improve Connect?
Absolutely. So Amazon Q for Connect is a capability that integrates directly into the Amazon Connect agent experience. And during a conversation with the customer, it can actually provide real-time feedback directly to the agent to help them provide the best answers and the best next actions there. So literally, as the customer is speaking, we can hear what the customer is asking and provide a detailed set of information to the agent within that experience in a way that doesn't interfere with the experience. It's very important that agents are able to focus on what they're great at, which is being able to talk to customers, to empathize, to have an experience that really builds that relationship with the customer. And because Amazon Q is using generative AI to power it, we actually are able to create snippets that aren't just those sort of roughly hewn knowledge-based articles that can be hard to process and you have to kind of figure out how they apply. But instead, it creates a natural and easy to read statement for the agent and explanation for the agent that they don't have to try and turn into human understandable language. They don't get distracted. So instead, they are truly focused on that customer experience.
Yeah, it's a great innovation, and it's one of actually a few that you've released for Connect in terms of generative AI innovations. I know there's some. I think there's the updates to Lex. There's the updates to the Connect customer profiles. Yeah, there's a few. I don't know if you could maybe kind of shed some light on those others too.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity to do so. We're really excited about what we're doing with generative AI. The first one I might mention is one with Contact Lens. So Contact Lens is a tool that does speech analytics during a call in real time for the customer, and then it also it can provide things like transcriptions, but also do sentiment analysis or detect trends in the contact center. Yeah, and even fire off rules so that if something happens on a call, a supervisor might be notified that maybe they should step in and help, or to say, hey, here's something that's happened here that requires follow up on this, so you can assign a task to an agent to do after the call is over. All these things are really wonderful and powerful tools, but Now with the support of generative AI, we're able to take, say, for example, a transcript, which might be useful to be able to go through, but it also can be very tedious. And we can take that and turn it into a very quick but very accurate and useful summary of what happened on the call. So if a supervisor wants to see what's happening, or they want to say if a call gets transferred to see what's happened, it's great to have that summary, which is much more human readable, and it can provide a really good details on whether you should dive deeper on the call, or whether to take action here. So customers have been really excited about that so far. Another one where we've gotten a ton of good feedback is in our Lex in our Lex capabilities, which is our ability to do natural language understanding. And so those are really great when you build a system for where you want to have a customer say, call in, and instead of having it say something like press 1 or press 2 in the old days, or even how can I help you, which is okay but often results in operator, which is not what you wanted. We actually, we often request things or suggest and work with customers when things like to say, hey, I see you've missed your flight today, or I see your flight has been canceled. Can I book you on the next one? Where you go from this very high stress experience down to one where we're actually relieved to be working with this tool that's getting the answer to you right away without having to wait on hold or do anything sort of unnatural. And of course, if it's not what you want, you can just say, no, I wanted something else. Well, that's obviously a great experience, but building those experiences can be difficult because you want them to be great. And so we're bringing the power of generative AI to help create those experiences and then make them easier once you're using them. So with Lex, we can actually, with much less user input, give examples of what the kind of questions you want to answer are and the kind of answers you might get, and it'll automatically create a series of different intents that would come out of that. And that really speeds up that process and makes it more accurate right from day one, so you don't have to keep iterating and working on that. Customers love the fact that they can move so quickly to innovate there and change over time, and then test them to see if they work and make it adaptations. It also improves the capabilities of Lex to answer the questions on the fly too, by improving its vocabulary and understanding of what the customer might be asking for and coming back with a likely answer. These are really natural experiences, and the thing that's great about it is customers don't have to do anything particularly different than what they were doing before. They just get benefit right away. The last example I'll give you, if you let me, is to say that we looked at some of the other places that are kind of painful for folks where where generative AI can help. We have a product called Customer Profiles, which is great at pulling information from all the silos of data about customers from across the enterprise. And we saw that if people liked it a lot, it could pull from a lot of places. There's nearly 100 connectors, and they can also, for popular applications, and they can also integrate their own tools. But it was hard to match up all the schema across that to get all the columns right to say, name, phone number, address. Well, with the generative AI, it's really good at recognizing those kind of things. So it can actually suggest and create those mappings for you. And so it takes a lot of pain out of that initial setup. It's, as they say, the hardest part about working out is putting your sneakers on. This is a great way of having someone tie your shoes for you, maybe. So another great example for Gen AI is bringing a good and useful experiences to folks who are working hard to create amazing customer experiences for their customers.
Yeah, I love that example, and it's really interesting to hear about how generative AI is not only augmenting the agent experience, but also kind of augmenting solutions such as kind of conversational intelligence and conversational AI and virtual agents. I think, yeah, that's really fascinating to hear, not something that we hear quite as much. But there are several other innovations we could possibly talk about that were announced at re:Invent, such as two-way messaging and those in-app web and video capabilities brought to the platform. I do, though, quickly want to touch upon another of the announcements at re:Invent. It's not related to Connect, but it could have big implications for contact centers. And this is the new Amazon Workspace's thin clients. Could you maybe tell us a little bit about how this could support large contact center operations?
Absolutely. Customers love using Connect to deliver customers to let their agents work remotely today, but they also face some challenges because of the fact that laptops have expensive software and are hard to maintain remotely. So a lot of times people are really looking to improve that experience. And so with the Amazon Workspace's thin client, they can replace these expensive laptops with a simple to use hardware device that allows them to access all the experience they need for their agents remotely. This is particularly important in the contact center space where agents are more and more are very remote, and they're obviously working in situations where it's work from home and things like that. So security and the capability to manage the devices is paramount. Based on what we've seen, it's pretty clear that the thin client removes a ton of costs and security concerns. And the trusted device costs about one third of a laptop, even when accounting for required peripherals. So that's a big deal for folks who are both security and cost conscious,
Yeah,
and who isn't
absolutely.
really.
It's fast. Oh, so sorry, Pasquale, I cut you off.
No, not at all.
Oh, okay, excellent. Well, yeah, I think it's a really fascinating innovation because you hear a lot from kind of IT teams. They spend so much time just sending out new, often expensive laptops, and then trying to manage them. And then when an employee leaves, they really struggle to get them back. And there's potentially kind of this customer data on that laptop, which is how secure is that? It's a whole conundrum, but giving them the ability to kind of centralize this IT management for contact centers, yeah, it's great. But yeah, as I said, there's so much we could possibly touch on, but I think I'll end the call there because I don't want to take up too much more of your time. But thank you for joining us today, Pasquale.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was great.
Excellent. And yeah, also thanks to everybody for watching. Bye for now.